Now, on Monday, former ISIS bride Shamima Begum launched an appeal to have her UK citizenship restored, with her lawyers arguing she was a victim of sex trafficking. Responding to their claims, Begum was, quote, manipulated and exploited into absconding to Syria in 2015. The Home Office said there was no credible suspicion that she was a victim of trafficking or was at real and immediate risk of being trafficked when she left the UK. Well, the journalist who knows Shamima best, award-winning filmmaker Andrew Drury, has also dismissed suggestions of sex trafficking. And after being taken in by the death cult convert, he's here to issue a word of warning. An exclusive unseen footage filmed by Drury in a Syrian refugee camp in July, finally brought to you tonight amid her bid to return to the UK. Shamima herself lays bare for Andrew the extraordinary levels of manipulation she herself undertook to make her escape from the UK.
Is there one of you more dominant, or all three? Yeah.
The one who left before us.
Was that Shamima as well?
Shamima.
Shamima.
Yeah, Shamima. If she had not been radicalised, I don't think we would have been radicalised. Now with the internet, it's so easy to just access information.
Didn't any of these bloody people see you changing them?
No, it was very I kept it a secret.
So you were calculated then about doing it? You knew?
Yeah. People told me, like, hide it from your family and hide it from everyone. Don't be open about it.
Did you have a good cover story though? Did you prepare? Go right?
Yeah, we just said we were going on holiday, like for the it was a holiday. You know.
Where did they ask you where you going? You go Turkey?
No. They didn't ask anything.
Did they not? Just going on holiday, and that was good.
No one
enough?
asked, but like if someone asked us, we would have said we're going on holiday for the weekend.
So you'd already prepared what you were going to say.
So, Andrew, you have, great to see you, by the way, you have spent hours and hours with Begum. You are the journalist who knows her best. You have investigated her story now for years.
Yes.
You say, in all of these interviews, she's never said that she's been a victim of sex trafficking.
No, I've spent, as you know, a year and a half with her. And, you know, right from the beginning, like I say, she started her conversations with me, like she had this apologetics, she'd become a victim. The victim's now gone on to sex trafficking. Which she explained to me how, when she got there, she was given a husband, she had a choice. And her life, she said, she loved. She loved her husband. Fantastic, sit down, watch Louis Theroux on the TV, played with her kids. She didn't want to leave there. She loved it there. The only reason she left was because of the bombing. So there was no sex traffic. She wasn't... and also... this radicalisation never took place. She sought it. She looked for it. She had a friend called Shamima.
We heard her talk about.
Yeah, that she talked about. She made the organisation. So there wasn't this, like, I'm hearing this catalogue of people, these spy stories. It was simple for her. One person organised it, and she just travelled through. There was a lot of connections. And I was so shocked about this sex traffic. I mean, I've spent hours talking to her. She's never once mentioned this is new. And it angers me, because it means that she's... From the beginning, when I was sucked in by her, she's just lying.
Well, yes, because obviously, to begin with, we disagreed on Begum. I never trusted her, but you have now come to my way of thinking. You think she's a manipulator.
She certainly manipulated me. But it started to break down. I think the major point was when she told me... She's been texting me for about a year, so I got lists of hundreds of texts, and one particular text broke it down to me. I mean, I had a brother that died really young. She had 3 kids. And she showed me pictures of them. She said, I was honoured to show you pictures. And I, at that time, thought it was. And she said, in a text, I said, I was so sad seeing your kids. I'm so sorry for your loss. She said, I'm over that part of my life now.
Oh.
And at that point then, I thought...
Well, she's over the children who she effectively killed with her decision.
One of them's buried outside the prison.
Despicable. Now, look, Andrew, Shamima also told you she's serious about being reintegrated into British society. Look at this.
I think you'd be embracing the British way and doing Jubilee.
Of course, yeah. I want to be as British as possible.
Yet, in the same breath, she seems to try to blame her radicalisation on racism she supposedly experienced at school in the UK.
Was it hard being a... You know, was your faith hard around the area, or were you surrounded by... Was there any racism or things?
Of course, that's why I said that I did not like my primary school, because I faced like some racism there as well.
Did you? What, constantly?
Not constantly, but like at a young age, just one thing is enough to like...
Were there bullying? Did you get bullied?
Not bullied, but like just little comments and stuff, and like favoritism with teachers to white kids over...
So you had that favouritism from white kids to you, so at that point you'd say... And what sort of age were you then?
Like 7, 8.
So 7, 8.
So, Andrew, that's going to anger a lot of people, because it feels like the next phase of the Begum strategy might be to blame horrible racist UK for the reason that she chose to go and join the ISIS terrorists.
Yeah, 100%. She's trying everything, absolutely everything. Racism, I reckon, will be the next thing. So someone's feeding her. She's not. These things that she's come out means this sex trafficking.
Who's backing her?
She's got a documentary coming out, and the difference between my last time with her, when we've fallen out over a text because she doesn't like a news story I wrote in the Daily Mail. She says it's not the story, don't like the Daily Mail. So somebody's...
Why? It's the best newspaper. I'm a columnist for the Mail Online.
And I love it.
Shamima, get with the programme.
She can't stand the Daily Mail. She can't stand it. So she said... And I said to her, my last text was where I said, "Oh, you moan about the story put in the Mail, but what about what you've done to our country?"
Yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable.
And we talk too much about her. So for me, I spend a lot of time in Syria and Raqqa. We talk about poor Shamima in a prison camp that's got air conditioning, but we don't talk about the victims inside refugee camps, the effects of the people that she was with.
No, indeed. Very good point. That was the award-winning journalist and filmmaker Andrew Drury, whose new book, Trip Hazard, is out now. Andrew, thank you so much.
Thank you.